so tight. I said, in what reason?
About Christmas lights! Yeah. That's worth pointing out that in the West End we have some 750,000 bulbs in our Christmas lights. 750,000, guys! Imagine the electric bill. Who's paying the bill for this? The Royal family are. And coming up on our left-hand side we have the Savoy Hotel. The only place in Britain we're allowed to drive on the right side of the road. So let's come up to on our left-hand side, we've got the smallest London major railway. That's Charing Cross. Been there since 1865, but they just done a massive refurb on it just to keep it going. So that's why they're not putting any Christmas lights around it. Still, it's Christmas tree shaped. And the thing is, the Eleanor Cross is in ode to Eleanor of Castile, who opened up the Charing Cross Hospital right here back in the 13th century. It was the first ever insane asylum in London. It's actually a whole water of London named after it. It's actually called Elephant's Castle. And you can get there from Charing Cross Station on the Bakerloo line. Right hand side, guys, we've got Trafalgar Square. Named after the Battle of Trafalgar. It was fought in 1805 between the English naval fleet and the combined forces of the French and Spanish fleets. Melting down French cannons. Legend picked Nelson's greatest victories at the Battle of Trafalgar, the Battle of King James Vincent, the Battle of the Nile, and the Battle of Copenhagen. And it was the Four Lions right there, designed by Edwin Landseer. But don't get me wrong, guys, I will talk a little bit more about Trafalgar Square later on because we have to come straight back here in around about 35-40 minutes. Okay? So just over on our right hand side, we've got Santa Claus!
Way!
Hey Santa!
Santa! Way!
Hey,
On
brother.
your head, Santa, on your head.
Santa, you're running along. That's worth pointing out that the first ever electric Christmas lights came about to actually stop Christmas trees setting on fire. Because, even though Christmas trees are a very ancient tradition, my friends, date back to pagan times. 3 years off that device. Smaller lights to go around Christmas trees, primarily to go around Christmas trees. That's what we get to this day and age. Not thanks to conception. We didn't invent the light bulb. We only patented it. We did invent the filament that goes with light bulbs. We didn't invent it. Remember that, my friend. I'll say these angels right here are actually 2 years in the making. It was supposed to happen in 2020, but we all know what happened right then, didn't we? Farrah Fawcett died. I really quite like these angels. Yeah, it's nice. Really, it didn't take anything like it does today. Right, guys. Just over here to our right hand side, you'll see it's a bit silhouetted right there. That is the statue of Anteros. Or otherwise known as the same from the Italian and from the right, where the neck jacket is first. But if you look to the left hand side where Waterstones is, there's a snowman! And he's proper walking in the air. Christmas tree coming up on our left hand side outside of St James and Piccadilly. I think you can guess that I really do like St James. everyone is shopping, then that's all good. But otherwise, you're not allowed to have any other kinds of fun. You're not allowed to swear, you're not allowed to whistle, you're not allowed to run around in there, you're not allowed to drink, you're not allowed to smoke. £10,000. See, the Ritz is £70. They got a fine selection of teas and coffees and sandwiches, and then the adults have champagne and gin. Gin's so good they banned it twice in this country. But if you're going to go and have tea at the Ritz, make sure that you're dressed smartly, okay? If you go in there wearing torn jeans and trainers, they won't admit you. It's not official at all. They took passenger through there, and right at the top there, that's where her body was collected to take her with her. That was the last time she was ever in London. And you've got the statue of Achilles here on our left-hand side as well, the largest naked statue in all of London. It's made out of a melted down artillery cannon. Actually, when they were making the statue, they realised that the firing mechanism looked rather suspect between Achilles' legs. That, of course, my friends, has been Wonderland. Has anybody been around with Wonderland today or in the past? One thing is, guys, back in the day, it used to be free to go in. Now, it's only from £5 to £25. I had some guy come on my tour yesterday, come all the way from Israel, and he spent £180 in there. It's pricey. It's very pricey now, but either which way, it's always a fun time. I've been around 4 times in my life, yeah? It's still pretty cool. The thing is, they bring all this from Germany. All of it. And the thing is, it's all flat packed. It's only the convoy of lorries that they bring from Germany all across Europe, bring it through the Channel Tunnel, all the way in, from Ashford and Kent. And then, they put it all together. They've got 2 weeks to put all this together. And to put that in context, my friends, you see that Ferris wheel right there, guys? They put that together in 2 weeks, flat pack, and that Ferris wheel is larger than the London Eye. Larger than the London Eye. So, kind of give us some facts. It's pretty cool there. They've got an ice rink there as well. But I won't lie, it's very pricey at Winter Wonderland. Remember when I took my parents round 1 year, and they'd never been to it. They live in Cobham, sorry. They'd never been around it. And so the wife and her parents went off to go get Christmas decorations for the tree. I'd been working the whole day. I was tour guiding the whole day. And I was hungry, okay, to get like exotic meats and stuff like buffalo, giraffe and zebra and stuff like that. Just takes away from Winter Wonderland for a second. But the orientation to the right hand side here, guys, you've got the Animals War Memorial right here. And then there's got human beings who got animals as well. You've got horses, dogs, donkeys, carrier pigeons, even the noble glowworms who used to use in Atlantis in World War I. The longest shopping promenade in all of Europe is nearly 1.5 miles long. There's 100 shoe shops down there on Oxford Street. Who needs 100 shoes? A centipede, I know. There's plenty of pubs and restaurants just off of it. There's a really nice wine bar just off of Oxford Street, off the highway. First time they ever had Christmas lights down here on Oxford Street was in 1956. And the shops used to have to pay for them. But in the 1970s, there was economical crisis in England. So they couldn't afford to have Christmas lights. So as any great capitalism can tell you, you've got to spend money to make money. So this is where a lot of the landmark stores actually opened up on Oxford Street. Okay? This day and age, in 1 year, this street can generate about £7 to £8 billion in a year. About £1 billion at Christmas time. Okay, that's just 2 months. Lovely to do so. And be prepared down here on Oxford Street, my friends. There's even known we've had Christmas carols for well over 300 years. In this day and age, even though you can sing the things not merrily on high, all your jingle bells and everything you like, down here, know it's Christmas time, like Band Aid. They'll be playing, of course, Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. But if you haven't had it yet, and I'm pretty sure everyone here on this bus has got it just yet. If you've been hearing Last Christmas by Wham. Now you better know the rules of Whamageddon, okay? Now if it's a cover, you're still in the game. If I sing it, you're still in the game. If one of your friends decides to be a total jerk and play it on the jukebox when you're having a pint of pub, you're still in the game. If you hear it down here, playing up the rickshaws, you're out. And your soul belongs to Andrew Ridgely. Yeah? Or to Sherry or Pepsi. They're the only other Spider members of mine. And the kids, they've got a mini fun fair in there. Yeah, so they've got like a helter-skelter and they've got a merry-go-round. And it's free to go on. Another cool aspect of Selfridges, this is why I like it so much. I know you've got the pointies right there, but just over here to your left-hand side you've got this brilliant clock just outside of it. It's the two-faced clock, and you've got the Blue Angel out there. I believe it was based on Pinocchio, with Blue Fairy. The model for that was actually on Sunday School, who's down the other end of Oxford Street. Not what people know that. And it's a lovely Christmas tree as well. So guys, as we're coming down here Oxford Street, worth pointing out, as I've said before, you do look to your right and your left, you do have some wicked other Christmas lights. But while I look at the traffic lights, it's passing time to keep left. That way me and Francis will make sure to slow down through the best ones. London, okay? They're down here just popping up. People get stuck at the lights, don't we, buddy? Mate, the first time I heard it was on the 1st of December. Yeah. Last year though, where was last Christmas? I wouldn't do Christmas lights for last year. Last sort of like doesn't count if nothing just floats in the year. Like, oh, I didn't know that. Just to your right hand side guys, we've got some lovely Christmas lights that lead all the way over onto Piccadilly. So soon as we come up on our left hand side, you see where the body shop is on our left. They've got some wicked Christmas lights there, wrapped around. But they pale in comparison to the ones that are coming up on our right hand side next to Pond Street Station down on South Walker Street. These blue ones on your right hand side guys are absolutely yeah. Look at all them rickshaws parked up. Just for the Piddlywinks on our left-hand side, we've got the Disney store. When I was a kid, Disney was all about Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. Now, times have changed. It's all about Frozen. And also about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And also about Star Wars. Historical events. Which in 1914, during the First World War, on Christmas Day, there was a one-day armistice between the English and the Germans. They put their guns down, they went and shook hands, and they celebrated Christmas together. They played football, and you know who won that match? We did! Yeah! Otherwise, I just stole the game. It also counts if you do stick your fingers in your ears, you're still in the game. I don't have that much. But here's one man who bankrupt the country twice of being region. They set out the street route, but they couldn't build the buildings. And at the end of it, though they went to build a palace, you couldn't build that. So what you had was Regent Park. See how busy it gets here on Oxford Circus and here on Regent Street, guys. And the only computers we had were Apple Macs. There's me trying to get an art degree, yeah? And I couldn't work the computers. That's why I did a lot of things. That's also where I got my A-level in history as well. So. About Victorian crimes. A lot about that. I don't know, ever since I was 6. These Christmas lights, like I told you earlier on, guys, when we were down on Lower Regent Street, get prepared for these bigots right here. I think it's Regent Street actually had Christmas lights from 4 Oxford Street, but on my whole just on our left-hand side, guys, we've got Liberty Department Store, one of the oldest in London. It might look like it's in the Tudor times, it's actually from the early 20th century. And now, coming up on our left-hand side is for the kid in all of us, and also for the kids on the bus. It is the largest toy shop in all of Europe. My friends, on our left-hand side is my personal favourite shop in all of London. It's Hamleys. 6 floors worth of toys. You name it, they've got it. They've got a whole floor dedicated to Lego, whole floor dedicated to Harry Potter, whole floor dedicated to video games. Remember the first time I ever went there, when I was a little boy, my dad took me there and got me the white Power Ranger. I still have that figure to this day and age because I collect action figures. There we are. So yeah, I collect action figures because I am a total nerd. Not a Harry Potter nerd though, but I would totally get a bit of Lego in there. The one bit of Lego which I really want and just cannot afford because it's worth like 250 quid. Is they've got like a whole Lego like build-up of the fire station from Ghostbusters. I really want that, but I can't afford it. But they've got a wicked little window display right there, and that's all made out of Lego. Let's see if we've got any of the elves out at the moment. They're probably one of the busiest shops in Regent Street. Okay, guys. But if you don't have any kids with you and you fancy getting a little bit of fashion, found up on our left-hand side just a few moments is Carnaby Street. Very big in the 1960s. Very popular with people like The Who and the Rolling Stones. In fact, I believe there's a plaque to Keith Richards down there. Street. It's called the Great Frog, where rock stars go to get their jewellery from. It's where Johnny Depp goes to get his jewellery, and if you didn't think he was a rock star, he's in a band called the Hollywood Vampires, who I've seen live. It's also where Ozzy Osbourne gets his jewellery from, and I've seen him live. Also where Bruce Dickinson and Iron Maiden get his jewellery, and I've seen them live. But I like a bit of heavy metal, ladies and gentlemen. But none of those used to get his jewellery down there on Carnaby Street was none other than David Bowie. So you turn to the left, fashion, turn to the right. Where he actually shot the album scene for the album cover for the Rise of Water Ziggy Stardust and Spice of Oz. This on our right hand side of Kensington Street. The little alleyway just down there. So turn to your left, fashion, turn to the right. Fashion. You're the good and we're coming to town. That is fashion, I don't suppose. I know it's got karaoke on this tour. Saturday, they played all 3 of the Lord of the Rings movies back to back. And it took me 12 and a half hours long to watch all of it. And my missus was annoyed because I didn't take her. So I went on spur of the moment. I was like, sorry, mate, you know what I like, just sit up there, you know? But at this time of year, they're going to be showing a lot of Christmas movies. So they'll be showing stuff like It's a Wonderful Life, and they'll be showing Elf, showing Love Actually, they'll be showing Santa Claus, they'll be showing The Grinch, they'll be showing Die Hard, of course, which counts as a Christmas movie in the same breath that as The Lord of the Rings came out at Christmas time 3 years in a row, counts as a Christmas movie. Kick Lord away. Don't show that. Now that means you've just been whammed 3 times, guys. 3 times on this. I know it's a cover. You're alright, it's a cover. That is kind.
Yeah, that's not a cover.
That's not a cover. So that's incidentally why I'm always screwed on these tools. Because it gets to become an earworm at the end of the day. I mean, I wish they'd play something like, I don't know, my favourite Christmas song, which is Christmas in Hollis from Run DMC, which is in my favourite Christmas movie, which is Die Hard. And I don't care what anyone says, Die Hard. That's the Christmas movies you might not think they are. Die Hard 2. Lethal Weapon. Batman Returns. Gremlins. That's the Christmas movie. I know my lot on Christmas movies, my friends. Oh, there's Mariah. Stalks us. Stalks us. We're coming up to Piccadilly Circus right here, guys, once again. Just over on our right hand side, you've got Her Majesty's Theatre where they're showing the Phantom of the Opera. For 36 years they've been showing it, and next year we'll change its name to His Majesty's Theatre, because we now have a king. They'll start showing the Phantom of the Opera. But I've seen the Phantom there, it was pretty amazing. Sing once again with me, how strange duet. Now we'll just go back onto Trafalgar Square. I don't know if it was 40 minutes or so, but we are back here now. Just on our right hand side, guys, just behind the statue of King George III, you've got Scanning House. That's where in 1912 you would have bought tickets for the Titanic. And I don't mean the movie, I mean the actual Titanic, the sank. We have the National Gallery on our left-hand side and the National Portrait Gallery as well. Some 6,000 paintings of that place. But if you want to get back here later on, because when we finish with Waterloo, I'll point you in the direction to get back here. But we've also got our Christmas tree here in Trafalgar Square. Now we get a new tree every year, and it's given to us by the royal family of Norway. And we've had one every year since 1947. It's a way to say thanks because we looked after the royal family of Norway during the Second World War. Now the lights were turned on the 1st of December. We turned off on the 1st of January, but we've also got our menorah here for our Jewish friends, symbolising Hanukkah. Gotta remember that as well. Top page. Yes, they did. They've got a new one every year these days. There's going around the statue of King George III, so King Charles I, the geographical centre point of London. The thing is, Charles I's statue is staring right down towards Parliament. And that's because in 1642, King Charles I went to war with Parliament. Hi, Rishi!
Longer on the letters.
Longer than the letters, yeah. Just on our right as well, guys, we've got the cenotaph where we commemorate our war dead. And just over here to our right hand side, if you want to move again, on our right we have the House of Parliament and of course the Elizabeth Tower. And inside of the Elizabeth Tower are 4 bells. 3 of them are called the Chimes of Westminster. They all weigh 2.5 tons each. But the largest bell inside of there is the Great Bell of Westminster, 13.5 tons. But you all know her by a different name. You give her a boy's name. That inside of the clock tower there is Big Ben. So the tower's not called Big Ben, it's the bell. It's the second Big Ben actually up there. The first one, which was 18 tons, when they were trying to bring up the clock tower, it broke the rope, fell down, then cracked the tower apart, and smashed the pieces, so they realised, okay, we've got to build a smaller one. But what they did, they built a bigger one. So it's actually larger in size, smaller in mass. Just over here to our left hand side we've got the London Eye. Celebrates its 23rd birthday in a couple of weeks. Happy birthday, London Eye. It's got 32 pods on it. 32 pods symbolising the 32 boroughs of London that used to be looked after from this building just behind us, which is the old County Hall, which is the home of the Greater London Council. They were disbanded in 1986. Therefore, he looked after the machinations of the 32 boroughs. I wonder which one is the Croydon one. Probably the scummiest one. But we are now back in South London. Yay! And we're in the London Borough of Lambeth. Now, the thing is, guys, I would always talk about the Park Plaza Hotel. I can do it till I'm blue in the face, but I'm not going to. I'm going to talk about the hotel next to it, which is the Premier Inn. I know we've got Premier Inns all over the shop, but this one in particular on our right hand side was the old General Lying-In Hospital. That was London's maternity hospital. That's where most of Queen Victoria's children were born, just on your right hand side. It's also where Henry Cooper, the boxer, first man to ever knock down Muhammad Ali, he was born there. Anybody ever seen The Princess Bride? Well, if you haven't, you should. It's an awesome movie. The guy who played Wesley, or the Red Pirate Roberts, if you will, Harry Ellis, he was born there. He also played Robin Hood in Robin Hood Men in Tights. But not the coolest guy ever born there, because the coolest person who was ever born there was on the 14th of August 1939. That guy was my dad. That's when my dad was born. And if it wasn't for John Chambers Sr., we wouldn't have John Chambers Jr. on this course tonight, would we, ladies and gentlemen? But as we are coming up back towards Waterloo now, ladies and gentlemen, it marks the end of our tour. So if you have enjoyed the tour today, do tell your friends, even tell TripAdvisor. We always love seeing those 5-star reviews, okay, ladies and gentlemen. If you have enjoyed the tour, my name is Johnny, and our driver's name is Francis. If you didn't like it, my name's Ricky, and his name's Colin. So the hat's always open if you want to leave us any kind of contributions. But otherwise, guys, wait until the bus has stopped before you get off. But otherwise, it's been an absolute pleasure to take you guys around tonight. Have a lovely night. Have sweet dreams, and of course, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good night!